Welcome to the extraordinary life story of Nelson Mandela, a true icon of peace, resilience, and justice. Today, we're diving deep into the remarkable journey of a man who went from being a small-town lawyer to becoming the first Black president of South Africa, after spending 27 years in prison. This is a story of struggle, sacrifice, and ultimate triumph. Get ready for an emotional and inspiring ride through the life of Nelson Mandela. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay inspired. Let's get started. Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela was born on July 18, 1918, in the small village of Mvizo, South Africa. Growing up in the rural village of the Thembu tribe, Mandela was exposed to traditional leadership through his family and community. His father, Gadlahenring Fakaniswa, was a tribal chief. And while young Nelson didn't fully understand his father's role, he was exposed to the idea of leadership early on. Mandela's mother, Nosekeni Fanny, was a major influence on his education and character. Despite the apartheid regime, a system designed to oppress Black South Africans, Nelson was determined to learn and improve his community's circumstances. He attended a local mission school, where he was given the name Nelson by his teacher, a Western tradition. This marked the beginning of his journey of self-discovery and learning. Mandela left his rural village for the city of Johannesburg in 1941, where he began his law studies at the University of Witwatersrand. It was during this time that he experienced firsthand the brutality of apartheid and realized that to truly make a change, he needed to take action. He began working as a lawyer and joined the African National Congress, ANC, a political party committed to fighting the institutionalized racial segregation in South Africa. In the 1940s, Mandela became involved in organized protests and civil disobedience, often at great personal risk. His work with the ANC grew more radical as he became convinced that peaceful negotiations alone wouldn't end apartheid. Mandela's commitment to the cause became unshakable, even in the face of violence and threats. I am not a saint, unless you think of a saint as a sinner who keeps on trying. Nelson Mandela. In 1961, the ANC was banned by the South African government, and Mandela was forced into underground resistance. During this period, it played a key role in the formation of the armed wing of the ANC, Umkhonto we Sizwe, which engaged in acts of sabotage against government infrastructure. In 1962, Mandela was arrested and sentenced to life imprisonment for conspiring to overthrow the apartheid government. He would spend the next 27 years in prison, mostly at Robben Island, facing inhumane conditions. But Mandela never wavered in his fight for equality and justice. His time in prison only strengthened his resolve, and he used the years of imprisonment to read, study, and refine his leadership philosophy. While incarcerated, Mandela became a symbol of resistance. His fight for freedom inspired people around the world, with international movements demanding his release. And yet, Mandela remained steadfast, believing that freedom was inevitable. His capacity for forgiveness and unity became his most powerful tools. I am not a messiah, but an ordinary man who had become a leader because of extraordinary circumstances. Nelson Mandela. After nearly 3 decades of imprisonment, Nelson Mandela was finally released on February 11, 1990. His release was a momentous occasion, signaling the end of apartheid and the beginning of a new era in South Africa. As the world cheered, Mandela remained calm and focused, knowing that the real work of healing a divided nation was just beginning. Mandela's leadership during this time was groundbreaking. He made it clear that forgiveness and reconciliation would be at the core of South Africa's future. He didn't seek revenge against those who had oppressed him, and this message of unity helped him become the first Black president of South Africa in 1994, ending centuries of racial injustice in his country. Mandela's presidency marked a new chapter for South Africa, one based on democracy, equality, and human rights. As president, he worked to dismantle the apartheid system and set in motion policies that would ensure non-racialism and equality for all South Africans. There is nothing like returning to a place that remains unchanged to find the ways in which you yourself have altered. Nelson Mandela. After stepping down as president in 1999, Nelson Mandela continued his work as a global ambassador for peace, justice, and human rights. He founded the Nelson Mandela Foundation and worked tirelessly to promote healthcare, education, and reconciliation. His legacy of peace and his ability to unite people from all walks of life have inspired generations around the world. Mandela also became a global symbol of hope, showing the world that it is possible to overcome adversity and transform suffering into strength. His ability to forgive and heal a nation remains one of the most extraordinary feats of leadership in history. A winner is a dreamer who never gives up. Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela's life reminds us that no matter the challenges we face, we are capable of achieving greatness when we remain true to our values. His journey from prisoner to president is a testament to resilience, forgiveness, and leadership. Mandela's story has left an incredible legacy that will continue to inspire future generations to fight for what's right, no matter how difficult the road ahead may be. Let's continue to honor his legacy by working toward a world of equality and justice for all. Like, share, and subscribe to spread this powerful message with your friends and family. Share your thoughts in the comments. How has Nelson Mandela's story inspired you? Join the #Mandela Challenge. Let's continue to spread love, unity, and equality in everything we do.
Like, subscribe, and share with all your friends. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you get notified when we drop the next video. Follow the journey.